Play is a lot harder to do, in my opinion, but Bischu showing in his match against a Vibe that it's very viable. Actually, he did a 6-gate, no forge expansion. It was just really weird. No gas either. He just got warp gate really, really quickly and hit at like 630, something ridiculous for a 2-base expansion play.
Yeah, it was one of the quickest gateway aggressions that I've seen, at least from 2-base. He was up to 6 gates, but I think he only had 26 probes. It was definitely not more than that. Anyway, Bischu is of course our Swedish yellow Protoss on the left top side of this map, while Targa is our lovely Australian / Norwegian. Of course, he is originally Norwegian, but he spent so much time in Australia that I'm starting to see him as a man of Down Under, or a man from Down Under. And I know that he has a lot of fans in Australia as well, and I know he doesn't mind if I say that he's representing Australia. But of course, he is a Norwegian.
Yeah, you know, and most of the time his opponents run and take cover.
Why?
Oh, that's part of the song, man. You better run, you better take cover. And she said, do you come from a land down under?
I just know that part.
Oh, okay.
That's the only part.
I'm a big Colin
Like the chorus is really fun. Like the musical instruments on the back. From the land down under. I didn't know the other line. I thought you were gonna go with that song, but I had no idea what the lyrics actually were. Anyways, guys, we see Targa once more opening up hedge first.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the other end, Bischu switching up his gameplay, and he's gonna go Nexus first, no scout.
Oh, put down a gateway. Put down a gateway, Bischu.
Oh,
do it. Yes,
God,
that
you cannot be any more greedy than this.
Seriously, no scout, 17 Nexus, 17 gateway. That is like ridiculously greedy. Because you're basically saying if there's any early game aggression, if there's a 10 pull, if there's a 12 pull, I'm dead.
I am so dead. But that is not the case, Andre. You know, I've actually did this a few times as well.
Yeah, I love this.
Like, Bischu does this because it's smart. He saw Targa in game 1, he saw Targa going hedge first, and he really was like, hey, if he does that again and I'm going with a similar build, it's going to be hard to pull another one of those 2-base plays off. Because I still feel what really turned the previous game around was that one Dark Templar that survived, or perhaps dodged the fungals when Targa thought he took care of the DTs in his main, and he forgot about one who ended up with 21 kills. Otherwise, I think it would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, that Dark Templar was a game-changing move. I really felt like Bischu was actually dead in that situation, but he completely proved us wrong. What I really want to focus on right now is that second assimilator that's coming out, actually. That's just going to give us a little bit of an indicator to say Bischu is not doing that 6-gate pressure that we saw last time on this map.
This is already so different, and he doesn't have to do it at all, because this has been such a good economic opening, of course, for Bischu. I know that we've both done this build a few times. What I want to say before, sorry guys, I was slightly distracted as we're trying to fix some stuff behind the scenes as well. But what I want to say is, whenever I do this, Andre, it's because I know that my opponent is better than me. Let's say I'm playing a ladder game against TLO or Dimaga, and I know that these guys are better than me. Then I open up like this, because I'm not expecting them to go early pull, and I want to cut every corner I can early game to not fall behind. But Bischu is not doing it because he knows Targa is better than him.
He's just doing it because this is his playstyle, man.
Also, and he saw it in the last game, so he knows he can get away with it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And when you choose Metropolis, you're not saying, oh, I'm going to go 10 pool or 6 pool. I mean, that's
would be really silly.
Really, really silly. You're going to take Metropolis and say, what are the strengths? It's the distance. Well, how can I use that? It's macro. So Bischu knowing that, saying, okay, Targa's not going to do any early game aggression. I could be as greedy as I want for the first 5 minutes of the game, not have to worry about any pressure. I really feel like even Bischu is playing a little bit scared because he got that forge down, but it's because he's trying to get this robotics facility out so fast, and we're going to see probably a pretty fast either immortal push, or it could be potentially like a sentry drop. I think that's a really powerful play when you're getting such a fast robotics facility. You can actually catch a lot of queens off guard with good force yield and
I think it's just going to be Immortals, but we'll see. I think it's just going to go Sentry, Immortals, send a 2-base play, and his 2-base push will be stronger than it normally is, because he's opened up so strong economically, and we all know these kind of builds are hard to deal with. Well, if Protoss open up super greedy, it even gets harder to deal with, because it arrives just a tiny bit quicker with just a few additional units, and that can often make the difference, certainly at the highest level, Andre.
I agree, man. I mean, his probe count is pretty substantial at this point. You're 7 minutes into the game. you're quite relevant in terms of relative probe counts or relative harvester counts.
And Targa already starts with producing roaches. That's very, very early.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were talking about, or this is what I was talking about with Huangson. A lot of times he doesn't actually choose to use Zerglings like a lot of players do in the early game stages to keep them safe. Now, we do see that Targa is incorporating Zerglings, which I love, absolutely love. And it could be a direct response to knowing how Bischu plays. He knows he loves two base aggressions. I'm going to be very comprehensive in my defense and go ahead and get extra Zerglings to just patrol around the map, but maybe not, because we're seeing some sort of aggression coming out from Targa moving across the map.
Yeah, perhaps hoping that Bischu is going for greedy 3 bases.
Yeah.
But the opposite is true, actually. So this is music to Bischu's ears, Andre.
Whoa.
Are we going to see speed prism drops? Because I have no idea what this is.
That would be something.
That definitely be something. On Metropolis against the Zerg, I can safely say I've never seen it.
It's going to be thermal lance coming out of there. So he's probably going to try to buy a little bit of time, but here we go, pushing in. The Zerglings are going to get beaten up pretty fast.
Yeah, but Targa has no chance to get.
Yeah, I mean, there could be actually a beautiful fortune that trapped all those roaches in. There you go. And they're just immortal fodder, really. I mean, these immortals are, look at them, they're actually targeting down the roaches individually. Very nicely done.
I don't really know why Targa is committing to this. Yes, these units are cheap. He will pick up the cybernetic score, but the unit's last resource step is going to tell us, was that really worth it, Andre?
No, I don't think so. And of course the math kind of backs it up. The arithmetic, if you will.
I mean, Targa is 42 drones only on 3 bases. I'm not really sure. He's still going to try to be aggressive, but it's obvious that Bischu is ready for his aggression.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what I would love actually in this position? Yes, the War Prism. Just send it out. And what it looks like now is like, oh, as Zerg, I have to be a little bit careful because I can die really fast. Here, another push is going to come in here again, but Zerglings get eaten up so much faster now. Bischu's going to cancel the gateway. Nicely done. But now he knows the Colossus is out, so this is a little bit scary, I would say, for Targa. He needs to get that Spire up ASAP, but he doesn't even have the lair up. Oh my gosh. This is not looking good for Targa. I mean,
really weird playstyle out of here from Targa. I felt that was such a late 2-base, well, it wasn't 2-base, it was already 3-base Zerg. He was on 42 drones, but I just felt that would have been powerful if he would have done it a lot quicker. But even then, I have my doubts, as it's just not a great map for it to be that aggressive. As you said before, the distance is so big between both bases. Now, of course, Targa knows what he's doing much better than we do, or how we can analyze his playstyle.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really made a lot of sense.
You know, I think this build would work phenomenally on someone like TT1, who is very economically abusive, likes to actually take super fast third bases. Yeah. But against someone like Bischu, I feel like this build just doesn't make too much sense, just because
just what Bischu wants.
Yeah, 2-base aggression is like his patented style, and when he's actually witnessing someone doing some sort of 2-base or 3-base attack on him, he's like, well, of course I have units prepared for this.
It plays right in my hands, because I was actually planning to attack you.
Yeah. So what you're doing is really
give him defender's advantage.
Kind of messing up your... Yeah, not only does he have a defender's advantage, but it kind of messes up your economy to actually receive his 2-base aggression all that well. So we're going to see Targa... He only has roaches, not even Gliori Constitution, so he can't even get in there super fast.
He's going to need the flank of a lifestyle, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough. Yes, Targa's army is quite a bit bigger than the army of Bischu, but these sentries, they are made for force fielding, if Jessica Simpson would sing this song. More Stalkers coming in. Colossus, I don't see a way that roaches are going to deal with this army.
Yeah, definitely not. He can even put down preemptive force field. And there it goes. The roaches are going to try to get in there, but you can see the effects of not having speed. GG gets called out, and we have a 2-0 victory for Bischu.
Wow, that went quick.
And since I'm in Bitter's chair, Bischu, my God, are you good?
I've said it, man.
I've said it so many times. When are players going to start respecting Bischu's style, not call him an all-in player, and really take Bischu's skill level for face value? Rotterdam, when's it going to happen?
I don't know. I failed again. I predicted against Bischu. I can guarantee you guys, if this was Mr. Bitter predicting, he would have said, I think Bischu's going to take this series.
I think Bischu's going to take this. I think Bischu's going to take this season.
I think in the overall final, we're going to have Bischu against Stagia 4-0 Bischu.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
If Mr. Bitter was here, he would have probably said that. In all seriousness, Good series by Bischu, no doubt. Solid play. I liked it. Good variety again by Bischu. First game, Gateway Expand. Second game, super greedy Nexus first.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is smart. He executed his threats well. But I do feel that certainly in game number 2, Targa made weird choices and unnecessary choices as well.
I definitely agree. But that being said, another notch on Bischu's belt. He's up yet again. Targa's going to fall. And we are going to go to commercial. So that game was brought to you by Squarespace. You can go to nasl.tv/p/squarespace for some
Squarespace?
Squarespace. Why is that such a tongue twister to me? Now tongue twister is a tongue twister to me. Oh my gosh.
Not everything I can talk anymore.
When we come back, we got our next match, which is Tasia versus Hwangsin. It's going to be Hwangsin smashing face, maybe. And we also have Zoe's Corner coming out. So, yeah, don't go away.
Should be a good game.